Hey, I'm Hoodie. That's Oz. Welcome to episode number 2, the Super Bowl. All right, so episode number 1 was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, thank you all for the love.
Yes, everyone who watched it, appreciate it. Can't wait to talk about some ideas that we have moving forward.
Absolutely.
But let's just dive right into the Super Bowl itself. So the Rams won 23-20.
It was a lower scoring good game.
And, we talked about how I talked about how I thought it'd be higher scoring and high flying. And, we talked about a lot of passing. A lot of passing, not a lot of scoring.
I mean, the stats screamed it would be a high flying game.
But both teams actually did pass the ball fairly well, just not a lot of points.
They couldn't really finish the drive.
So both defenses, I did think, give them credit on that.
Oh yeah, they played great throughout the whole playoffs. Both of them.
Matt Stafford, though, I think if Cooper Kupp and Aaron Donald aren't the story, then I have to go Matt Stafford.
Absolutely. Shout out Matthew Stafford.
And I like Sean McVay. There's a lot of stories in this, but I start with Matt Stafford because he had 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl, 283 yards. I mean,
he was cooking. I mean, he was absolutely on fire.
Listen,
you saw the no-look pass that he had. I believe that was part of that 15-play drive
with the game on the line.
Dude, that was one of the more impressive drives.
But I start with him 15 years. Or
15
however, I'm
years.
not sure. Yeah, is that how long it is? 15 years. However long it was. I'm sorry.
Maybe 11, yeah.
But whatever it was.
I think it was 11.
Yeah, 11. 10. I meant to say 10 in the first place anyways. But 10 years with the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, that is incredible.
In that city, with that organization.
Absolutely nothing. I mean, a lot to show for it stat-wise. I think a lot of people respected his game. Here's what I was thinking. I never brought it up on the first show, and I wanted to. So I was always known as a Phillip Rivers hater. I never thought you got into the big game that Phillip Rivers could be the guy and do it. I never thought he'd be the guy to ever do it.
Fair enough.
I just never did. I like Phillip Rivers. I just never thought he'd be the guy to do it. I never felt that way with Matt Stafford, but I also almost needed him to prove that he wasn't in that Phillip Rivers range for me. I thought he could do it. I really always never. I was a Phillip Rivers hater. I just didn't think he could, but I did think Stafford could. I think this proves Stafford could. So
I agree 100%.
Incredible playoffs altogether.
100%. I've always looked at Matthew Stafford as a gamer, a guy who's going to show up, who's going to give you his 100% all. And I can't really, this really doesn't surprise me, Hoodie. No. When he got there, I always knew he was a slinger. And he's been making these unbelievable passes. With guys who are not Cooper Kupp and OBJ. Yeah. So
I think, and I'm not going to break any news here, that video that was just going around the internet the last week of him separating his shoulder. And I remember seeing that a long while back, and I think those were kind of the moments.
The QB sneak with the separated shoulder.
Right, I think those were kind of the moments that that was more when I was just like, all right, well, he's a gamer. And
he's a baller,
From that moment forward, I was just like, all right, but to get here and do that.
He was a gamer in Georgia.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
So
he was a high pick. I mean,
very high pick. Yeah.
So that's
I thought it was kind of cool that he won the Super Bowl this year, and so did his alma mater.
That is pretty cool. Good for him and good for them.
Yeah. So that was that Georgia kid. So that's awesome.
That's really interesting. You're right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And how about the Lions fans were more excited?
Oh, absolutely. That just goes to show, they really love their guy, and just imagine the heartbreak when he was in Cabo and he got traded. I wonder if he even went back to Detroit after the Cabo trip. I wonder if he was just like, move my shit, I'll be meet you in LA. Mcvay, we got to get in the film room
together.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, so there's a lot of reasons you and I are friends, but the reason we're here right now doing this is sports, and that's the cool thing about sports. I think you brought it up, and I think that's something I want to always continue to always shed light on. It's so awesome that a city in the middle of America that had nothing to do with this football game was rallying around this man.
Cared more than
that's what I mean. LA.
Cared more than. Listen, I don't want to speak for LA fans, but
I was just about to say. So I don't. I don't care about ratings or any of that kind of stuff. But I did read a rating stat where it was in LA there was 2-to-1 the amount of houses. If you had the same amount of percentage of people living in LA or Detroit, 2-to-1 more people watched it in Detroit than did LA.
Of course.
So that's
awesome.
That just shows the love though, and that can bring the togetherness that sports can bring. So
that might be the closest Detroit ever gets to winning the Super Bowl.
Man, I feel so terrible for them and their fans, but I'm so happy for them and their fans at the same time because this is a win.
Absolutely.
Moving forward though, Joe Burrow, the other quarterback, 263 yards, touchdown, no interception. He didn't do the thing to lose the game.
He showed the moxie.
We both were laughing at the play that Aaron Donald made. Whipping him around, throwing him on the ground.
Oh yeah.
He still threw the ball and got to somebody's feet.
He literally almost completed that. It might have been P. Ryan out there.
I told you, I think it was. But I told you about how I was when he was doing it. I was thinking Carson Wentz or Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
And then he did it, and I was like, wow, that actually almost was completed. Like you said, it's incredible.
I thought it was crazy. Bring Aaron Donald, the absolute animal, into this. He finished the game, the NFC Championship. By spinning Jimmy G to the turf at SoFi.
You're right.
Then he finished the Super Bowl by spinning Joey B. I think it was literally on the other hash. And then ring me. Ring me.
I love it.
Oh man. Shout out to AD.
And you said this before the show, and I completely agree. And this is exactly why we're doing a show. And I thought of this right when you said it. You said Aaron Donald should be the MVP of that game. Dude, I completely agree. I like Cooper Kupp. I love Cooper Kupp, to be honest with you. And he was amazing.
Oh, 100%. He's always
difference
open.
maker. He helped, but end of the day, Matt Stafford threw 3 touchdowns and almost 300 yards. Cooper Kupp should be the MVP. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
But AD should be the MVP.
Yeah,
AD should be the MVP. I mean, what's like
McVay called game, and
what a great story that
is. And
is.
his chess piece went out there and literally ring me
up to Aaron Donald and said, "You're gonna win this game." He said on the microphone, "We're gonna win this game because if Aaron Donald is about to
make a play." Yep.
And he did. And he did.
And it was almost like.
And then the first thing you want to do is tell the whole world.
Yeah, exactly.
That was my favorite part.
Yeah. And then he said, like, "I'm just not even gonna remember this night." Yeah. That was absolutely incredible.
Yeah. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
No, you're good. AD. He just It was almost like he was getting double teamed. He was getting doubled down in the first half. There was a play, I'm not quite sure if it was end of the first half, early second half, where there was a scuffle. He pushed Joey Burrow out of bounds. Someone from the Bengals, might have mean mugged him or something. And I was like, you done pissed AD off now. And then from then he was just an absolute menace.
And when that happened and the Bengals got mad, I was kind of confused because the play was totally legal.
Yeah.
Like I expect Aaron Donald,
they didn't want to see their guy flailing out of bounds.
I understand, but my first thought is that's Aaron Donald. Like you just said, you pissed him off. Why did you do that? And while I was watching it, I was thinking, why are you making Aaron Donald mad for no reason?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Aaron Donald feels like that's just his job. Quarterback's not on the sideline and throwing him to the ground.
That is a human being that, if you get him going, good luck to you.
But the whole entire, and not just the last series, the whole entire second half, Aaron Donald was lights out. He was pushing everybody around, double teams, triple teams. Yep. How about stopping the run, the big third down run? Or no, I'm sorry, on second down, he stopped the big run.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe it was third down. Third down, stopped the big run. Fourth down was the last play of the game. So he did make plays on back-to-back. To win the Super Bowl.
On that drive,
To win the Super
At
Bowl.
home, it was magical for the Rams. Very, very happy for McVay. I mean, dude.
A Joe Burrow conversation.
36 years old. Yeah, a Joe Burrow. Sorry, Joey B.
I said this to you before the show. Imagine if he hits Jamar Chase. Chase was running down the sidelines, for those who don't know, and Jalen Ramsey
somehow ended up on his back.
He fell. Yeah, he's laying there and he's watching.
No, Jamar Chase put him on his back.
Yeah, he's watching Jamar Chase run down the sideline, wide open.
If Joe could have somehow just planted his feet,
I wish
I'm sure he'll write a book in 30 years and say, I saw him open, I just couldn't get there.
Oh, I wish that I could feel for 1 second the feeling Jalen Ramsey had as you're going to the ground.
Yeah.
And then because that's the worst feeling in the world. You feel like you lost the Super Bowl. And then as you're turning around, standing up.
Yeah.
Because now you just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Those emotions have to just be incredible.
I'm sure he
half a second time.
Sure he bought.
Oh my gosh.
At least he probably owes AD something real nice.
Yeah.
Maybe a Prezi or something.
He probably told him right away too. I owe you something really nice. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you something to go with that ring.
Listen, nothing against Cooper Kupp. 92 yards. and 2 touchdowns. So,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, deserved the MVP. I wasn't trying to take
guy has
away
been
from him on the
incredible
MVP.
all season.
How about incredible all season? One of the best postseasons ever for a wide receiver.
Yeah, no, I mean, just consistency at its finest.
I think before the season, obviously, I wouldn't throw him in no top 5 category or nothing like that. We're talking,
D-Hop, Devontae.
We're thinking the same exact page here.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cooper put his name in the ring.
Cooper,
he might have
staked his claim as
jumped above them all as the best at the moment.
Oh, at the moment, 100%.
That's crazy. But it's
I would have to
route running. Like the other ones are physical specimens that just
absolutely
are doing
attention to detail, man.
Things in the air that are just like, you know what I mean? Like D-Hop, some of the stuff is just like, you can't defend that. Doesn't matter who's covering him. Put 4 guys on him and you're catching that football.
Yeah, and then you got Devontae Adams just off the line.
Same conversation.
Put
4 guys on him, he's still catching the football. That's the whole point of what they can do.
Absolutely.
But Cooper Kupp is just like, put 4 guys on him and they can't cover him as they go 8 yards down the field.
Yeah,
because he'll shake all of them and find a way wide
He's
open.
always open. I mean,
That's precise, though.
He's the new age New England model white receiver.
That's
white
true.
guy,
That's true.
He just,
on the West Coast, though.
Yeah, no, exactly. And he's in the Mcvay offense.
Cool.
So, I mean, McDaniel's offense, that guy really used Edelman.
Absolutely. But they were more like
not like Coop.
They were. I always compared them to scat backs. I never thought them as slot wide receivers, even though that's what they were.
Sure.
Wes Welker was a slot wide receiver, but I always looked at him more as like a scat wide receiver instead of a scat back because they can literally do a little bit of everything. You posted them anywhere. Half the time they were playing fullback, tight end, or slot receiver.
They're utility.
Right.
They're a workhorse Willie.
Workhorse Willie. But Cooper Kupp is also workhorse Willie because you could put him anywhere, and it seems like he just a shine.
He gets open, man.
He's incredible.
Yeah,
though,
and my favorite stories are always the ones when someone goes out on top. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was awesome. Watching Andrew Whitworth.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that dude has been a pillar. I mean, a staple in this league.
Forever.
And it's and he got to win a Super Bowl his last year against the team that drafted. I read today they drafted 2 offensive tackles in the same draft, and the only person that reached out to him to Andrew Whitworth to condole him because they knew what that did mentally was Hugh Jackson at the time. So and then Andrew Whitworth got traded to the Rams. Got a new beginning, and now he's Super Bowl champion. Walter Payton, Man of the Year award.
The year after he tears his ACL.
The year after he tears his ACL.
At the age he's at too.
Yeah, 39.
I mean, so that's all. That's all. Incredible.
That was an incredible story.
That is pretty cool. I wanted to add to that Eric Weddle.
Eric Weddle.
What an awesome story that is.
Yeah.
A month and a half ago, 2 months ago, he's playing basketball, just trying to keep himself in shape, as he said, and then he's celebrating with his family on the NFL Network.
Awesome story.
A month and a half, 2 months later. I mean, how
the guy got a ring and a torn pec.
Yeah, but worth it, right? Worth it.
He's gonna be able to rehab, relax, chill with a big old ring on his.
I've always liked him, so
he's forever a Super Bowl champion. His pec won't be torn forever.
How about Von Miller too? Since we're just running through the ring here, Von Miller's pretty.
Man, dude came up huge in the second half.
Oh man, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he was bullying that left tackle.
Took advantage of everything AD gave him for sure.
I mean, that's genius. Raheem Morris, I would say actually both defensive coordinators got hot.
The game plans were awesome.
What's the middle linebacker for Cincy? Logan Wilson or Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh man, absolute stud. Absolute stud. He got hosed at the goal line on that hold. Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay, that's fine. We'll get into that. I like that idea because OBJ.
Yeah, that was gonna be exactly where that's working. Man,
that's our guy. So.
OBJ, shout out OBJ. T's and P's to OBJ.
Yeah, and I do feel bad for him and Robert Woods both, but I do think that gives them opportunities to go back to the Rams.
Reload.
Right, that's what I mean. So
reload the chamber.
Who else, man? Who else was I thinking? I was thinking of Sean McVay earlier too.
Yeah.
What a great story. I mean, we covered how he got here. But so how he got here, and now he's the youngest Super Bowl winning coach of all time. He's getting married this offseason.
Yeah, good for him.
He's just living probably the best life ever. He is. Listen, I love Shanahan. I love him. I love.
He's
Taylor. I love what Zach Taylor for the head
Oh,
coach.
sure, yeah.
I love what they're all doing offensively.
I think Mike McDaniels is gonna.
I agree.
This new age is really.
Listen, they all find themselves playing each other deep in the playoffs, right? I think Mike McDaniels is going to be right there in the AFC.
Quick.
Right. I mean, you can't figure it's going to take too long. But I love all their offenses, all the movement, and it is the future, and the future is here. It is now.
It is. It absolutely.
And they're doing it with guys named Matt Stafford, who's been here forever. He's not, that like.
It wasn't Joe Burrow.
How great is that, right?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
I love
as
the
awesome
whole.
as that would have been.
No, yeah, absolutely. But I just love where we're at with all of that, and I do love that it was a head coaching match of that because. They do get made fun of a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so much they get and right now no one can say nothing.
I
As
just
much as I love Bruce Arians and I love
Yeah.
watching him win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or,
he's an offensive guy. Though.
Yeah, but he's not that category.
Oh yeah, no, not the new age.
They're making fun of they call them they say the boy genius stuff they use that as slander half the time.
Like using Debo.
Right.
And
But right now there is no slander to that. Like that is the way to even Matt LaFleur. What the heck am I missing?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's there. Look, shoot, Nick Sirianni. I mean, who didn't work with any of them, but same concept on the idea.
The fertilizer is
my
maturing.
My guy.
The roots are maturing, hoodie.
Yeah. Let's hope. How about who got the guy who it's hard to argue had the best day of them all, Van Jefferson. I mean,
shout out to Van Jefferson. Oh, that
bringing a kid in the same
imagine
day.
That's
just man.
I mean, dude, he's probably still just on adrenaline. I doubt he slept.
Yeah,
I doubt he's done.
Yeah, you're right. And good for him though. Good for all of them.
Yeah.
I could go on forever because I do love so much about both of them. But what do you think the future looks like? We're gonna get into sneak peek futures of these teams in general, but just
something's cooking.
First thought, Bengals have it tough because they're in the AFC, right?
Yeah.
So you almost get here and it's hard.
They have $54 million in cap though.
That's true.
So
that's where I was gonna go. The other side of it with the Rams. Dude, it's going to take a year or two, right?
Screw them draft picks, man.
The draft picks are gone, but the cap's pretty rough at the moment.
It goes up to 208 this year.
So we'll see what they have.
I'm not 100% sure. I'm not.
Yeah, me neither. But
two franchises in two completely different states.
Super crazy and interesting.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
So
stay tuned.
Before we get into the bets, you want to talk about the refs?
Yeah. So, So we talked about it.
Yes.
If we didn't. If we knew the refs' names, or we were talking about the refs in any capacity on Monday, then we didn't necessarily have a good night.
Yep.
So I'm not saying I didn't have a good night. I had an amazing night. I had an amazing time. Family, friends, everyone. I love the Super Bowl. It's probably my third favorite holiday. But
I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
But the refs, man. I mean. First half, I would at halftime. I actually thought to myself, I was like, you know what, all right, they haven't shown up
I agree.
They haven't shown up. They haven't made a break.
I don't think there was a penalty in the first quarter.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, that's big time. And I even said if we get out the first drive without,
I know, it's good.
Yeah,
it's a good sign.
That's a great sign. And then literally the first play, it was the first or second play of the second half when Joe Burrow threw that touchdown to T. Higgins.
Yeah.
I mean, he blatantly.
I think it was the first play.
He blatantly ripped a face mask. I mean, how do you not see that? I mean, it's just the biggest stage.
And when Jalen stood up right away too, looking like that.
Yeah.
How do you not? That's what goes back to the technology.
Oh.
If there's a sky judge,
we have the capacity to do this.
That game's a lot different though too.
Oh, that game is arguably maybe a blowout.
That game's a lot different. If we have a sky judge, that game goes
a
whole different direction.
But then my brain always goes to, okay, so then did they have to throw the flag on Wilson on third and goal to balance it out?
I hate that. You're not wrong.
Because that's a terrible
my thought on the Wilson
situation that we quickly get ourselves into.
My thought on the Wilson play, if you just flash bang middle of the offseason, threw me that play. No context at all. I'm probably saying, that's defensive pass interference. But from watching the entire game, to that moment, that play was not defensive pass interference. And the only thing I ever asked for of refs, and I didn't explain this well enough when we talked about it last show, the only thing I ever asked for in any sport of any officiating, just be consistent.
Yeah,
absolutely. Whatever you call in the first 5 minutes, give me in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, seriously.
in that play, I did not feel like they were like they did the rest of the game. They let so much go, which I love. Mm-hmm. They let them play football, is what they were saying on TV.
They surely were.
Fine, I'm cool with that. I won't even argue it as long as it stays that way.
I mean, because Jalen Ramsey, he was pulling on, was it Higgins or Boyd in the first quarter?
100%.
And I mean, the first drive, maybe.
But goes offensively as well. Now, the face mask was a little much. You can't miss stuff like that. But offense got away. But then you can't call that particular play in that particular moment because he did and realistically, he didn't impede him at all. On the ball, which at the end of the day, that's really where I think a flag should or should not be thrown, even though that's not the rule.
I agree. I mean, one thing that I've noticed too is like, are they just letting the left tackles
I guess
move early?
Guess, yeah. Have you seen
is that just a thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because Trent Williams did it 4 times against the Cowboys. And then it's just been a thing.
But I will say...
And then Aaron Donald lined up
all
sides on 4th and 1.
That's the one I was about to point out.
Dude!
That one...
I mean, at this point, dude, there's got to be some technology that can say, that turns something on their helmet green or red if they're off sides. I mean, come on. We're here. Let's do it.
Basically, I look at it this way. What you're saying right there, you're telling me they have something that a garage can go up and down and then stop itself if there's something that's underneath.
My phone can close the garage from Florida.
But I'm saying even like it has like the sensor, the red sensor that if something runs across it'll turn off. But we can't get Aaron Donald off sides in the Super Bowl. You're not wrong. You're not. We have GPS technology in the shoulder pads.
And
we have GPS technology in those shoulder pads, but we can't figure that out. That's
absolutely. You and I have touched on the fact that they're not full-time employees.
No, which they should be.
This is off the camera.
They should be.
We were talking. Full-time employees. So that means they're not getting year-round training. They're not getting continuous improvement. Of their job of changing rules. They're just coming in like a part-time job at Hershey Park. And just saying okay, we're here for the summer. We're going to clock in and clock out.
You're not wrong. Well, one was a lawyer. Did you hear that?
Yeah, and they're dictating outcomes of the biggest games in the world.
That is a little
that have millions and millions of dollars riding.
I mean, that's true.
Come on, something's got to give.
You or I could just walk in and be like, "Hey, here's $50,000 to that lawyer," and change the whole thing.
I have off Sundays.
Yeah, all right, that's what I mean. You could just go do it.
I could be there.
Oh shit, we can rent games. Look at that. But no, you're not wrong though. That's how. That's pretty funny. You said something that stuck with me. Because I don't really care. I do think that they should all be full-time employees. I said that before. Yeah. And what you said, I agree. But you said something before that was off camera. The fitness test. They should take some sort of constant fitness test, not just this is what you got to be a ref. I'm talking.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
twice a week.
And the way I look at that
military type stuff
is they are on the same playing surface officiating
as Jamar
world class athletes.
Well, I'll just start saying names like Odell Beckham Jr. and Jamar Chase and
Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill. Yeah,
Tyreek Hill.
Right, imagine now. Okay, here. No, listen. I'm about to lay this out. Imagine you tomorrow just walk into a lawyer's office just after work tomorrow. You're not doing anything. To walk into a lawyer's office and just eye up the first one you see that you think could run with Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna find that you don't.
Yeah.
There's not one lawyer in any random office you walk
into.
And
then put yourself in sub-freezing.
Yes.
Sub-freezing temperatures.
Hold on. Watching 22 people move.
With 28 seconds left in the game, and Tyreek Hill just took an end around 37 yards on the field. You gotta catch him.
You gotta run. You
gotta find the ball, bring it back, spot it, and then get out of the way.
No wonder why that ref didn't know what was happening in Dak's play.
Oh. That's the Cowboys' fault. I'm not mad at the ref.
He was confused.
But, I mean, come on. What else do we need?
He was running in circles.
What else needs to be said? Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, when they said that guy was a lawyer, my first thought was, and Tyreek Hill's a better example, but my first thought was that, okay, you're literally asking a lawyer to try to keep up with Jamar Chase and Jalen Ramsey right now. They're running down the field together right now. Those two athletes.
He's got to go to court on Monday.
As you just said, are world-class athletes. Right.
He's got to go to work.
He has to stop at his gas station, his local gas station, get his coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Right. He's running late because it's 7:15. You know what I mean? Like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They got to figure that one out.
Please.
We can't.
Raj, please.
I have nothing against lawyers.
Commish,
and
please.
shout out to all you lawyers who end up watching
Yes,
this that
seriously.
can run with Tyreek Hill. My issue is
yes.
I'd rather you focus on lawyer stuff or be around.
Yes. Yeah, please. Just pick one. That's fine. Absolutely. Shout out to all our lawyers.
Well, anything else on the refs? Because, I mean, I think we made fun of them enough at this point.
Dude,
all right.
I mean, they deserve it. I mean, let's go to... No.
Our bets.
Yeah, as we transition into bets, I don't think they necessarily impacted any... I won't go there. I won't. Because you don't call some penalties, you call some penalties, and things change. But I'll kick it off.
If you were going with it...
Yeah,
they could have.
I had
of the final 3 drives there, but
I would say I probably had an even Steven night as far as the Super Bowl betting went.
I'm doing all right.
I had like a lot of bets in, so I
didn't, but
I did, so that's probably why.
Yeah,
you know, high volume shooter, baby.
No.
It's a Super Bowl,
I usually am.
FanDuel had some really good things going on, so I was all over it. Just to dive right in, I did hit on a plus 600 T. Higgins to lead the game in receiving yards. When he caught that touchdown pass, I was like, let's go, baby.
Yeah, I was hyped.
Let's go.
Yes.
I also had, the race to 10.
Yes.
We did talk about that.
Yep.
Rams have literally done that like 9 out of 10 times or something like that. So they've won the race to 10. So
and like I said,
so that was a game. It was minus 154,
yeah.
so you had to lay a couple more dollars just to really make it worth your while. But
still,
it was a gimme. The flyer, the one that I was so hyped.
This was the one I got
Buddy
really
texted me about this.
This is the one I got most excited about.
As soon as it happened, the OBJ plus 900 on the first touchdown.
Yeah.
That was huge, man. That when that hit. It was pretty.
I was jumping up and down.
Yeah, and then obviously the tails. That was.
I did. I took tails.
Me too. I went with Pat and the boys, and.
Oh no! You told me you weren't gonna bet it.
I did.
Oh no! We were talking about it. I really thought you didn't.
I did.
I took tails. I rode with them.
So did I.
I rode with them because they said it. I was riding with them.
Yeah, and then the last one I hit was. First drive punt minus 135.
Oh, nice.
So
nice.
So that was I kind of figured the Super Bowl I feel like tends to do that. You know what I mean? You come out, the jitters are going crazy.
Yeah.
They normally come out with a quick slant on first down. If that goes incomplete,
you're right.
Then
Yeah.
So the first drive result punt was
outside of Tom Brady. I don't remember many people scoring on their first drive lately in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So
yeah. How about you? What did you do?
Well, I hit one big bet that had it was the first to 10 with the Rams. It had 6 or combined sacks or more in the game, and then I had to pick for the yards for the quarterbacks, and I picked 275 for Stafford and 250 or 240 something.
Yeah, 245
for Burrow. So that hit. And then I took...
So you parlayed all them.
Yeah, I parlayed them all together.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I did that just the morning of because I was just looking for something random. And then
those are the best ones, man.
Yeah, I hit the OBJ and T. Higgins combined for at least 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
I hit Stafford 2 touchdowns. I missed on Burrow's 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I missed on a couple, but I did hit on all of those, so I was pretty excited.
Awesome.
And then really, I never do it during football. I only do it during baseball sometimes, but I live bet in the middle of the game.
That's awesome.
And I hit 5 in a row. I don't think I made more than $7 out of the 5 in a row, but I was still hey, this is great. It was just something to do in the middle of the game.
That's my absolute favorite part about where we're at.
I agree.
In this whole gambling world. It's a beautiful thing. Well, like I said, man, it gives you a reason to care about a game you would literally never care about, or continue to watch a game that.
No, you're right.
You need to go to work in the morning. Your team's not playing.
Yeah.
Why do I need to stay and watch the fourth quarter necessarily?
Right. But
hey,
yeah. So,
exactly.
what I always bet over-unders or
Yeah.
spreads my whole life.
Yep.
I just in the last year or so, well, not my whole life, the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Even when it wasn't legal. But in the last year, since this has I've actually started more into what we just talked about, and I put that random parlay together.
Yeah. I love stacking.
I was not, until the middle of the season, I really shied away from all that. But I'm starting to get into that a little more, and I really do enjoy that a lot now. But I'm still pretty brand new to that part of the process.
Yeah, sure. And speaking of parlays and picks and things like that, look for us on Twitter. I
wanted to say this too. I'm glad you did.
Mine is, I do have it. It's at Oz91, 2 Z's, so all lowercase, OZZ91. I thought it'd be interesting to start something this week. Hoodie and I are gonna try our best. Please don't hold it to us to beat every single night, but we will try our best to use the hashtag Operation Bankroll and put out some of our picks. Probably not all of our picks that we're thinking per night, but I think tonight I had 2 NBA parlays and like 5 or 6 college basketball games. So just something to do, something fun. Please don't be in our mentions. Please don't be on our ass about not hitting your bets. These are our bets. We're just trying to share with the world, have some fun.
But I love that idea, and I'll be throwing some in there too.
Yeah, please always bet responsibly, of course, as always. But just something to do. So if you want to send us your picks, we would love to see them. We would love to, hey, if you're on a heater, share it with us, and we'll share it too. So hashtag Operation Bankroll. We got probably 2-3 nights worth in there right now. Let's keep it moving. Let's see where we can go. Let's see how much money we can make together. And as my guy Pat McAfee always says, let's take all you motherfuckers' money.
Yeah, for sure. 100.
Let's bankrupt all the sports books.
All of them. Because they're all run by Vegas anyway.
Yeah, so. Let's just bankrupt them all. Take all their money.
So,
start our own shit. Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean,
Super Bowl is wrapped up. I mean,
The only thing that we didn't talk about was your man Jesse Bates making the play.
Oh,
Other than that,
that was a great. He's been great all year, all postseason.
What a play too!
In the end zone, Stafford did his Stafford thing.
Yep.
I actually had a couple people hit me up. We're like, "Yo, Jesse Bates! Shout out Jesse Bates, your guy, Workhorse Willie." So thanks for watching, everyone.
Yes, thank you. I did watch.
But Jesse Bates, man, seriously, can't wait to see where that guy's future goes.
Yeah.
I know he's not like new to the league or anything, but
he rose this year though.
Sure. He came up. Shout out that defensive coordinator. That's always my favorite things. And I don't want to just abruptly end the Super Bowl end the NFL season like that. Like, this has been a great season. This is like the overall NFL season.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
I mean, I had some people at the Super Bowl party I was at this weekend say this is 100% the best postseason series run I have ever seen. Ever.
I was thinking about that.
The Bills, Chiefs.
Yeah.
We can start early.
Cowboys.
Cowboys, Niners. Bills, Chiefs.
Well, heck, even the first week, the Bengals Raiders was close.
Bengals, Raiders, Cowboys lost to the Niners.
Yeah.
And then the other games, I think. Well, no,
the Eagles were a blowout. The other games were blowouts.
Yeah, and then the Chiefs and Steelers were a blowout too. But I mean, it was just.
But you're right. The rest of the rest of the playoffs from that moment forward, though,
were fantastic.
I mean, were nothing but great games.
And I mean, the whole COVID thing all year. I mean, it was truly remarkable how teams still managed to continue to play every single week.
Most weeks ever too.
Most weeks ever.
Definitely made it different. I thought that the postseason races were closer. I like the extended playoffs, the more teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that that's really helped.
I love it.
I say this all the time. The baseball, what expanded them was when they went from just 2 teams to 4 teams to more and more and more.
Yep.
It's because more and more teams feel like they're in it with a month to go.
The
NFL saw
which
that.
naturally brings out better games, better everything.
Right. I mean, listen. I don't think that we would have cared about that Colts-Jaguars games 8 years ago, but there was an actual reason to watch it and care about it, and the next thing you know, one of the teams collapsed.
Yeah, no, you're right. Dude, but just think back. We had Cowboys-Bucks opening night was fantastic.
No, you're not. Yeah.
And then it rolled.
Even back to the draft.
Yeah, the draft was...
We're football heads.
Yeah,
here, so
no,
when it comes to
like
that,
100%. But I mean, But I mean,
but it feels like it
I don't
takes
think we'd
forever
be
to
doing
get to it. So
I don't think we'd be doing the NFL season justice if we just wrapped it up like that. I mean, just So
I agree.
So I mean,
you're right.
I mean, Urban, the Chop House. I mean, you had Aaron.
Yeah.
Dude, that feels like
you're
eons.
Right.
That feels like moons ago. Like it truly does.
It really does. Yeah.
I mean,
all of it does.
It's. I mean,
That's crazy.
Gruden got fired this season. Like that doesn't even feel. Jalen almost died at FedEx.
Oh. Yeah.
They had poop water coming out of the suites.
Yeah, early in the season they
had it coming in the bleachers week 1.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, dude, this was an action-packed season.
That was a crazy season.
Dude,
I'm trying to think of other stuff. I mean, I saw Tom Brady this year. I went to the Eagles Bucs game. That was pretty cool.
Awesome.
I know you went to a Steelers Seahawks game.
Yeah, Steelers Seahawks game. That was fun. I got to see Russ do the
thing that
the fake 2-minute.
Yeah.
All that man. That place was booing him. Oh, dude, the cool thing about that weekend, Hoodie, was it was alumni weekend.
Yeah.
All the guys got their Hall of Fame rings, so I got to see David Baker
that's awesome.
speak in person.
That's pretty
cool.
And
then Palomalu, Bill Cowher.
They were all there.
Oh, dude, Pittsburgh
when I was
blew
there,
apart.
It was the Ring of Honor weekend for Philly. So
Oh,
everybody
yeah,
was there. Everybody was there.
That's awesome.
Dawkins was there. Everybody was there.
Yeah, and that Steelers game actually went to overtime.
Yeah.
It was Geno Smith's first game.
Yes, I remember.
I actually hit an insane parlay that a Steelers fan told me I was a complete moron for putting in. With Geno over 224, DK over like 64, and then to cover like a 4-point spread or something like that.
And they did.
And it hit, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was great. And I was sitting at Heinz.
Every time we got a pass.
Yeah. I was sitting at Heinz. It was before I was actually watching the Cowboys-Patriots game on the big board. I told you how I ran.
Yes, yeah.
When Trayvon Diggs took that pick back to the house. But
the Patriots.
Yeah, then they all booed me as soon as he gave up a 75-yard play. But yeah, no, that was it was a great season. Can't wait for the next one.
Even a microcosm, man. From where they were, from where the Eagles were from that time where I saw them to where they ended.
Oh my,
great season.
Like
you said, it feels forever ago. That feels forever.
Oh yeah, 100%. And yeah, no, it was fun. Dude,
Awesome.
Cowboys were 6-1, brother. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Probably, yeah.
You couldn't tell me.
We don't need
nothing.
that next year.
I don't think anyone needs that, especially not my lovely family.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no, I think that puts the icing on the cake.
I agree.
NFL, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome.
It's been great. Can't wait for next year.
Yeah. And I think as football as we are, we'll definitely probably be more heavy NFL than college, but we watch college too.
Oh, sure, absolutely. And
not as crazy though.
No. But
the season isn't.
But like we said, we got some things cooking up in the lab, so you guys will be the first to know, obviously.
So, moving on.
Yep. Moving on to what we can do now.
Yeah, I mean,
where do we go from here?
Watch the NBA and college basketball.
I watch the TNT games and ESPN games.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, no, college basketball. I'm super excited because I realized the Super Bowl is an extra, a week later.
So we're
the
closer.
Day before Valentine's Day,
which
is setting me up for failure. But hey, what can we do? But
I'm single, so
yeah. Well, shout out Hoodie. But it actually puts us a week closer to March Madness.
Yes.
But it's weird because like my sports brain works to where like I have to be able to look forward to something.
Right.
So the fact that I can look and say, oh my God, it's gonna be March in 2 weeks.
We're that close.
2 weeks on the calendar is gonna say March. Like that's awesome.
So here's the thing.
My favorite time.
I'll be the first one to admit it. I follow the rankings for college basketball, but
you never had like a top 25 team. I don't feel like.
No, I've been a Temple fan my whole life,
which is awesome.
So like I've always followed college basketball, but man, it's been so scattered the last 5 or 6 years with the one and dones that it's made it harder. Like outside of Gonzaga for consistency, right? Dude, so like what you just said, I'm actually also excited that we're this much closer to conference tournaments and the tournament itself because that is where there's no question I watch most of my college basketball in the first place. So
especially with the extra week.
But I'm excited. I'm excited down the stretch. I watched the Duke North Carolina game last week. I watch a lot of the big stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know who's still doing well and whatnot. But back in the day, man, I used to watch the Big Tuesday. Every little
rivalry Wednesday.
Not as deep into it because of the one and dones, but I still love college basketball. And like you said, I'm excited that we're right there.
I agree 100%. I'm like when you look at the top, top 15, top 25. Look, Texas Tech, Baylor,
Purdue,
Illinois.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like, I mean,
Auburn.
Don't get me wrong. Auburn. Yeah, that's
top 5.
That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like Big Ten basketball, Big 12 basketball, big time hoops. Don't get me wrong. Like, I love me a good old Big Ten matchup. Late in the season.
I agree.
But it's just weird. You're right. Like, there's a whole new landscape and a whole new layout to college basketball because of this.
Yeah.
I think the one and done is really, really showing now all these years in, because now it's just like the automatic thing. And like, there's the kids who you would see as normally, you could be a 2. They're just like, I don't need it.
Right. So
I don't need it.
What I like about what we might have in the future is that, like, there's so many other leagues that you could go to or do other things in. That we're gonna have college basketball be college basketball again. I think at some point where we do get people who are there for 2. Even I think for whatever reason, 2 years does make a difference. Like, it does. It's about knowing names, brands, and all that kind of stuff. It's not even necessarily the team capacity type thing.
Yeah, and I love teams like Nova, who you could tell. A couple years ago, they were at the end of their 4-year senior class. They won a championship. Now they're probably at year 2 or 3 of that. Next 4-year class, they're number 10 in the
and that's why I was going to say.
Next 2 years, Villanova will be back in the final.
That's why, like, Gonzaga, and even this actually with Auburn being number 2. Maybe Auburn's number 2 because they have I don't know this for a fact. I have to look it up. This is me not following college football or college basketball enough. Maybe they have a team that has been together forever.
That's certainly something that
could make a difference, and that's why you're a team that could get to that point.
Yeah.
I think those are the teams that have been doing the best in the tournament the last couple of years. But like, Gonzaga is the perfect example. They don't have one and dones. Like, their top guys are all usually seniors, and they've been number 1 consistently for 2 years because of it. And I did feel like they were, for the first time in my life. I think forever I've always been like, Gonzaga's good, but they're not that good. Last year I did think they were actually the top team in the nation.
Yeah,
and win the championship.
I would say last year was probably the least college basketball I've watched ever in my life.
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately,
I would actually agry with that.
Yeah, I mean, but I could say that for a lot of sports just because of the pandemic.
Well, I was just about to say the pandemics would change it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But we do have some big time games coming up. Like I said, we're getting into March, so we're gonna look to highlight some big time games. Each week. We'll probably do like a Wednesday night. Wednesday night college basketball is like huge volume. There's like 54 games a night. It's crazy to bet on. It's freaking awesome. It's so much fun.
Yeah, Wednesday is their big. Wednesday and Saturdays.
Yeah, it's huge. And then we're gonna look to highlight the top 25 games on Saturdays.
Yep.
So I mean, we're kind of just go over them high level, and dive into a few of them probably here and there. But that's kind of what we're thinking here for college basketball. It looks like tomorrow night we actually have like 1, 2, 3. We have actually 5 games that are in the top 25, which is awesome for a Wednesday night. Nothing else, there's really nothing else to do. So
no, it's perfect.
It's going to kick off. I think this game starts at 7 with number 12 Illinois versus Rutgers. Illinois, I believe, has over 20 wins, which is awesome.
Yeah,
but they're a Big Ten powerhouse.
Yes.
I remember they used to be good back in the day.
Oh my
I believe Rutgers is 17-5, so they're not a slouch. They could certainly keep it close.
I was saying, I know Rutgers over the last 3 or 4 years has gotten better.
It seems like their athletics are turning around. We got number 2 Auburn. Are they home or away?
I think they're home.
They're home. Okay, so number 2 Auburn taking on Vandy. That should be a pretty good, pretty easy game for Auburn. It seems like but it's an interconference matchup with SEC basketball. Oddly enough, like the SEC tournament's one of my favorites to watch because it's always super close.
It is always super close.
Weird. And you'll have a South Carolina.
I was just about to say, I remember Alabama's been better, but I remember
they're getting better.
I'm staring at him right now, the coach for the Mavericks forever.
Ricola?
No, before him. Oh, the black guy.
No.
In between them.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah, Avery Johnson. He was the head coach of Bama.
Yeah.
And I remember they were always in crazy. They were in like a 4 overtime game or 5 overtime game, and then the next year they were in like a 2 or 3 overtime game. So
I can just remember Kentucky in the championships.
Oh yeah, I mean
playing
Well, I was about to say Kentucky always wins it though.
Yeah, but it's always like super close in those games.
You're right.
So that should be fun on a Wednesday night. Then you have a Big Ten matchup, as always. Number 6 Purdue on the road. Big Ten matchups are always tough in basketball.
Yeah.
I agree. That's like a really tough physical conference. So
I agree.
I'm a huge fan of a Big Ten ball.
Yeah.
These are like we were talking about earlier. These are two teams that are just kind of weird for me to say that are in the top 25, almost top 10. But you got number 7 Baylor going to number 11 Texas Tech.
Yeah.
I actually watched that Texas Tech game this year. They were fun to watch. They were good. I can't really remember anyone's name or anything, but
I was about to say Baylor on the flip end. Baylor was ranked high for a long while.
Yeah, I can remember like preseason rankings. They may have been.
They were number 1 for
I thought so.
in season. You might be right about preseason.
And then you got number 1's Gonzaga Bulldogs traveling to Pepperdine.
Yeah.
That should be a wham bam, thank you, man. Let's get on the bus and go home game. But you never know.
Yeah.
You just never know. It's college basketball.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty. And then Saturday. Saturdays are always huge days. I love Saturday college basketball. There's nothing else to watch.
Yes.
Especially like when you got golf. You got moving day in golf, and then you got some good college basketball. Exactly.
You have the CBS showcase. ABC, ESPN's been putting games on ABC on Saturdays.
Basketball is back on ABC.
But I'm saying like at noon, they've been putting college basketball games on.
Wow.
Duke had a game versus NC State, I think, on ABC at like 3:30 two Saturdays ago.
That's wild.
But, so that's what I'm saying. So like CBS and ABC are both like, and then ESPN2, they all
pushing it. Yeah, FS1.
I was gonna say all
Big
that.
Ten Network.
CBS Sports Network.
Yep,
or whatever.
all of them.
I mean, all of them are literally college basketball all day.
Yep. And then my favorite thing about the local ones is you'll get like a good like Penn versus Brown.
Right.
And like Penn will hit 23 3-pointers in the game, and you're like,
it doesn't matter anymore because I have ESPN Plus. But back in the day, that's the only way I could watch Temple was those random CBS Sports
Saturday,
Saturday
A10 matchup.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah. Back in the day, the A10 that was my tournament. Yeah.
No, that was.
I always wanted to go to Atlantic City for it.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. We broke that up.
But so Saturday, you got some early Big 12 basketball. You got TCU traveling to number 7 Baylor, so that should be another brush-up game for Baylor. But again, interconference games this time of year, you just never know.
Absolutely.
This game is going to be a dogfight.
I'm excited for it.
Mark it.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to discuss what we're doing, but maybe we'll have to get together for this one.
Yeah.
But number 12 Illinois traveling to number 7 Michigan State.
Yeah.
Woo,
that's gonna be fun. That is gonna be fun.
That's gonna be like a 54-51 slugfest.
Yes. And Michigan State, I mean, good for college basketball when they're good. So.
Oh, absolutely. Izzo, except for when you play my Dukies.
Wow.
I love me some Tom Izzo. Oh man, fun stuff. Fun, great Big Ten basketball. Moving along, you got number 11 Texas Tech traveling to number 20 Texas.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, no, Texas is playing good ball.
Yeah.
Texas has been has been good to me. So
okay.
So Texas has been good to me.
Okay.
Along with Michigan State so far. That's another.
Texas basketball being good, not surprising. Their athletic director has been super aggressive since he's gotten there. He went and got the women's basketball coach from Baylor.
Okay.
He's just been crazy, super aggressive.
Arch is in the final. Texas is in Arch's top 2.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It's
Bama. Yeah. All right. There you
Woo!
go. So, boom. But yeah, they just been super
Arch could go to Texas,
the board.
and then he can just stay in Texas and get drafted by the Cowboys. And that would be a picture.
I don't want to see that.
Imagine the Mannings in a beautiful
I don't need that.
suite next to the Joneses.
The Mannings and the
Just
Jones.
imagine the content.
They don't need to collide at all.
Oh.
I don't need that.
Oh. I do. Number 2, Auburn travels to Florida. So Bruce Pearl, man, I love that guy. I
like Bruce Pearl.
He's so fun, and dude, it's awesome that he just came back and I took Auburn's back on the map.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Right.
Xavier's always a tough game against number 24 UConn.
Yeah, old A10 team.
Yeah, UConn's really been playing well this year.
I'm staring at their coach right now. Why am I drawing a blank on him? Ex-player. Oh, man, now it's going to hurt me.
Kevin Ollie?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was still there or not. But you got another Big Ten matchup. This will be a slugfest. Iowa traveling to number 18 Ohio State.
Yeah.
And then you got number 25 Bama going to number 4 Kentucky. Kentucky's been rolling. Coach
Yeah,
Cal
absolutely.
got
They've
them
been
boys
playing really well.
Yeah, Coach Cal got them boys back humming. You got again another SEC matchup. The SEC's got some hitters.
Yeah,
top 25.
That will be a fun tournament.
That will be. You got number 16 Tennessee traveling to number 23 Arkansas. And then you got just to round out the top 25 games. You got Georgetown versus number 10 Nova. Florida State versus number 9 Duke. Number 6 Kansas traveling to West Virginia. That'll be a great game. But I love Bobby Huggins. That's smothering.
Yeah, I love.
If Kansas is going to lose a Big 12 game,
yeah.
I think it's going to be West Virginia.
So you do, and we'll finish real fast. But you did say about I love Temple.
Yeah,
I love Temple because of John Chaney. I will say every time West Virginia is playing, I do stop and watch them because I love Huggins.
Bobby
I really
Huggins. Yeah, and then you got Zaga, which I'm sure you guys will learn how I feel about Zaga over the course of the episodes here. But Santa Clara travels the number 1 against Zaga late at night.
Zag put
Pac-12 after dark.
Zag put 112 points up on them, so I think I'll probably take the over on that.
Yeah.
They put 112 on them last time they played.
Yeah,
so, and that was on the road.
Yeah.
On like a Tuesday night. This is a Saturday.
I think they're gonna. I don't know. Feels like an SEC year, man. Like,
with all them ranked teams, yeah.
Good luck, Zaga.
So,
yeah, a few more things this weekend I think we actually had to touch on. I'll call myself out. Recap of last week.
Okay.
None of my UFC. I had a terrible night. It was a great fight. It was a great night of fights. Shout out all the fighters. I was on the losing end of. I had Izzy Adesanya by knockout. I think he may have hurt his hand in round 2 or 3.
I did want to ask you how that went. So.
Yeah, no. I think in round 2 or 3, he kept pushing on his glove in between. Joe Rogan actually texted the commentator because he wasn't there and said something's wrong with
check it out
Izzy's hand. So it actually went to distance, which last time it didn't go to distance. So. Okay. Lost there. I had him by KO. And then Derek Lewis. The co-main event was 2 heavyweights. Tai Tuivasa, the underdog, took on Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis was number 3 heavyweight in the world.
All right.
Tai Tuivasa was number 8. They were slugging it out. Both big bodies were just dead tired. They were gassed late in the second round. Derek was putting some hands on Tai, and then all of a sudden they came in close, and Tai just hit him with one elbow, and he. Grown-ass man, 265 pounds, went to sleep standing up.
Okay.
Fell and KO. It was over.
All right.
Tai Tuivasa jumped up on the cage. For some reason, he didn't drink his beer out of the boot on the cage, but he did on his way back to the locker room. So had a rough night, but it was a great night of fights. So I think this week we just have some.
One thing I did want to ask you before we went forward. Speaking of the weekend. And I wanted to ask you this about the Super Bowl because you had the best idea and we didn't even bring it up. What was the best food you ate during the Super Bowl?
I would have to say, we had a lovely party at my girlfriend's parents' house.
Yeah.
Had some smoked turkey, some gourmet hot dogs, some sloppy joes. It was great, but I mean, my girlfriend never, ever, ever misses. Shout out Ken's. She never misses on the buffalo chicken dip.
Okay.
It was amazing.
Dip, so. And she does always make good food.
Yeah, we actually tried a couple different cheeses in it this time, so came out great. My daughter was eating it before the cheese was even melted, so I would say my favorite thing, I still got some leftovers, was the buffalo chicken dip.
Okay.
Smoked turkey was up there though. Smoked turkey was unbelievable.
All right.
How about you?
Well, my dad made nachos and wings, and they were both just off the hook. So, I mean, I couldn't.
What does that mean? Cook that's not off the hook.
You're not wrong about that. My dad cooks everything that's really good. But yeah, we had he just put something together on top of some nachos, which was fantastic. And then I had all the wings in the world, so couldn't beat it. We had snacks left.
Fried, air fried from Ted from.
Fried. Oh, fried.
Okay.
Yeah. But he. Just talking the other day, he used to be anti-air fryer, and now he really wants one. And he thinks when he gets it, he's going to use it more than anything. So
he will.
We will see about that.
Shout out all the air fryer companies.
Yeah, shout out to all the air fryer companies. Yeah,
you guys are the MVP.
Absolutely, I agree with that. But yeah, so I loved your idea of talking about the best food of the weekend, and we never did.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring it up.
Absolutely.
Before we moved on, while we were talking about last weekend,
Absolutely.
to this weekend.
Yeah, so obviously the weekend we got some college basketball, so definitely really excited for those top 25 games. Like we said, we're getting that time of year. We do have a PGA Tour event. The Genesis Open. The Genesis Open.
Right.
I remember that. Wow. So I believe that's on the West Coast still. So we were just kind of thinking, I believe it was on the West Coast. But both sites, I believe, DraftKings and FanDuel have John Rahm as the odds-on favorite.
Right. It's in California, and the $12 million
purse
winner. Yeah.
12 M's.
Yeah.
Woo! So John Rahm is the odds-on favorite at plus 800, and you can actually get him at plus 180 for a top 5 finish. That's really good value there.
Yeah.
They got Cantlay, Patrick Cantlay. He was minus 16, 16 under, I should say, this weekend going into that playoff. He has been shaky on Sundays, but he's plus 1,000 for a winner, plus 230 for a top 5. I think he's been in the top 5 maybe three straight weeks. And then the last one is Justin Thomas, plus 1,400. That's really good value.
It is good value for JT.
He didn't.
I like JT.
Yeah, he didn't go off his best this past weekend, but you can get him at plus 300 for a top 5, and then your flyer of the weekend.
I'm taking Koepka top 10 plus 300.
Blonde Koepka.
Yeah. Yes.
He dyed his hair blonde.
Koepka. I forgot about it.
Blonde.
He did.
Koepka.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah, that was cool. So I think I'm gonna be on that with Hoodie.
I'm throwing random Daytona 500 picks in there.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go at that time, baby.
I'm giving you Truex, right? He's plus 2,000 to win. I think if anyone's gonna just randomly win it, I would take that as the best value. He's plus I think it's 425 top 3 and then 220 top 10. I am putting Eric Jones plus 300 top 10. I think he gets that, or top 5. Sorry, I think he gets that. So, but if I just have a good feeling. I think there's a story. It's Truex, right? I mean, I don't know if he's retiring, but it's going to be towards the end of his career.
Okay.
He hasn't won too many big races lately, and I'm taking Eric Jones in the top 5 because Eric Jones has done well in plate races. So
fair enough.
Wednesday night qualifying, Thursday the old dual 125s, Gatorade, whatever they're called now. Friday truck race, Saturday Xfinity and ARCA, and then Sunday Cup race. So I'll probably try to watch every lap I can because I do love NASCAR. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a fun weekend of that. We're going to talk about the NBA, college basketball, PGA is just like what you just said.
Yeah, we got some. We do have some. If you have ESPN Plus, you can get Saturday night, probably starting at 4, UFC Fight Night. It's free fights up until about 10. I always love turning that on in the background.
You put me on to that, yeah.
Always turn that on in the background, and I'm looking forward to some big, heavy-hitting professional boxing matches coming up that we will be diving deep into.
And so, Knicks Nets, I think tomorrow.
Yeah, Knicks Nets is tomorrow. Sixers Bucks play on Thursday.
Yeah. Jazz Lakers tomorrow.
Lakers tomorrow, late night game. Thursday nights, on the TNT game, you can get a risk-free up to $10 same game parlay. It's risk-free, so make sure you opt in. You have to opt in, and then so you opt in and then hit bet now, and then you're in there. Throw together a little same game parlay. It has to be on a TNT primetime game, and if it hits, you'll get obviously your winnings. If it doesn't hit, you'll get your $10 back.
So the two that are Thursday are the Sixers Bucks, and then Heat Hornets.
My guy LaMelo Ball.
It's kind of late.
That is kind of late. Yeah, that is. That's weird. That's super weird. But yeah. So yeah, there should be some definitely some good national televised basketball this week.
Agreed.
I know you. You wanted to dive into this.
All right, yeah. I was gonna tell you sorry for transitioning so just rapidly.
Yeah.
But, all right, so I don't care how you want to break down the Ben Simmons, James Harden trade. Like, it does not matter. You could break it however you want. I'm a Sixers fan. Let me just get this biased out the way right quick. All right, I'm a
I'm
Sixers
Brown
fan.
Shout out LB.
I'm a Sixers fan that defended Ben Simmons till the moment that he got scared of Trae Young. Until that moment, that's when I gave up on him myself. But I literally defended that guy right until that moment. But anyways, at the end of the day, I look at the James Harden situation this way because everybody's coming back and forth. Well, the Sixers traded a guy who did not want to play for them for James Harden. It does not matter to me how you want to break it down from that moment. That was the piece they're missing.
If James plays one game this year, he gives you more than Ben.
So until that moment, I was a Ben Simmons guy. I don't know. Is he ever going to get the jump shot? Kobe Bryant said it best, and I think that this is shout out to Kobe.
Bean.
Like we
R.I.P.
both love the man, but he said it the just absolute fucking best. Ben Simmons, he's a Hall of Fame caliber player right now. Okay? It does not matter if he plays the rest of his career and averages the numbers he averages right now. He's a Hall of Fame player right there, okay? But he'll be walking in the Hall of Fame if he doesn't ever get a jump shot thinking, how damn good could have I been with a jump shot? Like Kobe Bryant said that, and I think that's like I gave up on him getting a jump shot. I always wish
he's with Steve Nash and KD. So
I always wish he did.
Anyone can teach him how to shoot the rock.
You're not wrong about that.
And Kyrie, so.
But a lot of people were like, okay, and I love Ben. I did love Ben, the player. I don't love what he did. I don't love what happened to this. I'm not a fan of him anymore. I'm not a fan of where we got. But at the end of the day, James Harden plays ISO ball, right? And he has more assists on his career per game than Ben Simmons does. And Ben Simmons is already a great passer. Mm-hmm. So, I think this is only going to complement Joel. Oh. I think ISO ball from one, he's not a point guard, he's a shooting guard. Mm-hmm. So Maxi's still going to play the point guard. So ISO ball from the shooting guard is not that big of a deal in the first place. Mm-hmm. And they already play ISO ball heavy as it is because Maxi and Joel are both ball dominant.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
All the things that people are saying are a problem. Also, I can't ever defend him, James Harden being lazy and all the stuff, all those narratives. But defense. I will say, and no defense is true. That is, but what I will say, under Daryl Morey, he hasn't been that lazy guy. No. His best basketball has by far become underneath Daryl Morey, like his most motivated. And again, the back to the whole he's okay with passing the ball around. His best years were also with Chris Paul when he didn't ever have the ball because Chris Paul is the point guard. Yeah. So as a Sixers fan, I'm not worried about the James Harden thing. And like I said to open up the segment, to me they won the moment that you got a superstar, a former MVP who's still super talented that can put up 30 a game. You won the second you traded a guy who was sabotaging your chance to win a championship. You won that exact moment. That moment. I'm going to miss Curry.
Sixers win.
I'm going to miss Curry. And Andre Drummond was incredible this year for them. Yeah. He was everything and more than you could have expected. Do I love the draft picks? No. But I am also a trust the process guy.
You've done it this long.
I was just about to say, listen, the process led you to James Harden and trading 2 draft picks away to that moment. Then trust the process because I'm all in for a championship. Mm-hmm. So, in this roster, outside of Danny Green or Thibault, whoever's going to start that spot, outside of that spot, they're great. So,
and they got a great head coach.
Doc in the playoffs and I have a problem, but I am a Sixers fan through and through. So I put my differences aside and I'll yell at him on this podcast after he messes up. I won't trip him up beforehand. Fair. But
hey, Big Mike, you ain't safe next year. You ain't safe next year, sir.
So, when do the Sixers play the Nets? I think it's in March. That'll be one to watch for as well.
Joe's gonna go for 50.
I mean, you can't put that meme up on.
Joe's going for 50.
You can't put that meme up on Twitter and then not
50 and 30.
He put up 50 on the Nets once.
He's going for 50.
He's already confident.
He's going 50 and 30.
And I think what's gonna make him more confident is he played Drummond every day in practice. That's gonna be the guy that covers him 90% of that game. Yeah, I mean, Andre Drummond, I was at the game for my birthday when they were chirping on Twitter all morning that day a couple years ago at each other. I was physically at that game.
That's awesome.
And watched Joel just basically kick him out the arena. So it was fun. Yeah. And I mean, I love Drummond now. So
yeah, no, he was definitely a great addition. I remember looking at the ticker and he'd have like 21 boards. Holy cow.
Yeah. He showed up big for the Sixers this year, so.
Sure. And with all that to say, we got the NBA All-Star
game. The NBA All-Star game.
How quick did that come? Man.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And that's the other good side of the extra week in football. Like, I did watch the NHL All-Star game, but like it almost blew by me.
Yeah.
Because it was the same week as the Pro Bowl, and it happened before the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like, NHL's another one that like I pay attention to, but it just was like, where is this? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So, but I also got tricked. I thought KD was playing, and he's not.
He's not.
That kind of sucks.
He's the captain.
He drafted his team. Did you see he refused to draft James Harden?
I did not.
So they did the draft live.
That's great.
And Braun was literally like drafting this guy and that guy, and like they were his boys, but like trying to clearly like leave James Harden out there to see what KD would do, because the draft was 3 hours after the trade.
Oh.
Like not even 3 hours after the trade. So yeah, well he was the last pick. Harden was the last pick. Yeah, he's not playing in the All-Star game anyways. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah, he refused to draft him. Yeah, it was really funny.
So he's on Braun.
He was on Team Braun. You didn't. Oh, the video is Braun asked KD. He said, "Is James even healthy?" And then Charles said, "Well, yeah, he got traded. Now he's healthy." Yeah.
Shout out Chuck.
They were on one. So aren't they always though?
I love Chuck.
Yeah, all of them. Shaq fighting with Ben Simmons.
So what are the starting lineups?
KD got Joel Embiid, John Morant, Jason Tatum, Trae Young, Andrew Wiggins.
Wow,
I forgot Andrew Wiggins was in it.
Dude, he's been having a great season.
I know. I was such a big Andrew Wiggins fan coming into the league. I really thought he was.
I wasn't, because it was always Wiggins versus Jabari. Jabari was my guy.
Jabari too, though.
Jabari was my guy, and so I just couldn't be an Andrew Wiggins
man,
fan.
That sucks. Jabari, that's a name. I missed Jabari. I liked Jabari a lot.
Parker, yeah.
I was rooting for Jabari.
He balled out of dude.
He did. He really did. But I liked Andrew Wiggins a lot. I thought Andrew Wiggins was going to be like crazy talented coming out.
Yeah,
took a while. Right. I mean, it took a while, but he's hitting that peak.
Yeah. Well, he's got great people around him. Man.
Absolutely. So, but I think, I mean, that's just incredible. Joe and Ja, Tatum. But KD's squad LeBron's squad is him, the Freak, Steph, DeMar DeRozan, and the Joker.
Good luck.
If you flipped Joel and the Joker, I wouldn't even think twice about this.
Yeah. That's the only one. Yeah.
They're my guys, and I'm so passionate about one of them, and it's hard for me to hate.
I love Embiid, man.
But me too. And I've always been on the side of he's better than the Joker argument. But the Joker's good, but he doesn't play defense the way that Joel does.
Yeah.
Like Joel.
And Joe just needs to play like a whole season, and it won't even be a question.
And that was the other thing. Yeah, if he Joel said it. If he played 10 more games last year, he was the MVP.
It won't even be a question.
Which that's crazy. But yeah, so
I would say bet the over. And
yeah, I couldn't find it. I meant to.
It's all good. And in any All-Star game,
agreed.
I bet the over.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So you're sports you're sports obsessed like I am from the time that you can remember like I can. These All-Star games were obviously super important to both of us growing up. Do you still watch them? I mean,
I watch. The NBA All-Star Game I do watch.
I do watch the NBA All-Star Game too.
I do.
A lot of people I know that are like us don't really anymore, which I always find fascinating because it's still there. It's still But again, I like it at a whole weird obsessive level. So
I love All-Star Saturday Night, my favorite.
Well, there's nothing better than the NHL skills competition and the NBA All-Star Saturday. I think those two make their All-Star weekend.
I agree 100%.
1,000.
But yes, that is. I mean, we were together for the Pro Bowl. That was a joke.
Right, it was a joke, but still, you still put it on every year, right?
Oh, yeah.
And again, I'm still gonna watch that every year.
I watched the MLB All-Star Game.
The MLB All-Star Game is my favorite, even though it's.
I just love that it's in July.
That's
it's
true.
just like my favorite.
It's mid-July, yeah. Well, early July, but mid-July.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
The MLB All-Star Game, what my favorite part about that is they're the only ones left that still let you wear your regular team's colors during the game. That to me is
the way it should be.
And the NBA only did it for 1 year, and I thought I do like the old school like 80s and 90s NBA jerseys, but I even when they let them do it that 1 year, I still think it looked better. And I think that it looks better in every sport. The NFL should let them. Well, the NFL is never going to let them do it, but I think it'd be fun to see. But like the NHL, I mean, should do that. Yeah. And then the jerseys should be your team. I think. It looks better.
did see the
aesthetically
the new Kobe Bryant
Award.
All-Star MVP award.
That's pretty cool.
It's beautiful. It's awesome.
It's designed all for him.
Yep.
And then Gianna's number 2. There's
Yep.
something with her number with it. So
Gigi,
I love the whole idea.
Yeah. It'd be awesome to see Bron get it.
It would be. I agree. I agree. And I mean the tear he's on offensively, it's possible. Man, I mean,
And he's gonna play in all. He's gonna play.
I think he's gonna put up. Yeah,
he always does.
Well, that's the other thing. He gets a little as he's gotten further in his career.
Yeah.
He's played harder in the All-Star game to try to be like, I'm the 20-year vet doing it type
Yeah.
thing. But it actually
And I think that's also his warm up for the rest of the season.
I agree with that. You're probably right, and it ramps up the fourth quarter of the All-Star game every year when he does that. It makes it fun.
I love the new format. Now.
Yes,
remember
me too,
that makes it so much
together.
fun. Yeah,
It makes an actual competition.
yeah,
towards
absolutely. There's always a game.
Yeah. So I agree, and I'll watch it.
Sure, it'll be on.
I don't know. Do you even know? I don't even know who's in the dunk contest, but
No, I don't know.
I have no idea. It's usually names I don't even know in the
Wish
first
it was
place.
Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon again.
Yeah, well, I was just about to say that. Yeah,
that was the best one.
Yeah, listen.
I watched the 3-point contest last year. Steph went berserk. I remember that.
That's true.
That was fun.
Yeah.
He always goes berserk.
It's stacked again, but Steph's not in it. At least I didn't see his name. That was it was like a week ago though. I don't know.
Okay.
Things could change. But yeah, so did we cover every?
I think we did.
Wow. I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was
A lot faster than I thought.
feeling natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. But yeah,
Episode number 2 getting in the books. If you're still watching, we appreciate you.
Love you.
Thank you. Yeah.